Alright, so here we have the power supply for the shuffle bowler, which is out of a triple strike. And first we'll go ahead and test the display voltages. So we've got 5 volts, and then we've got plus or positive 100 volts, and then or negative 100 volts, and negative 12. Got positive 12, and then the key, and another positive 12, and then we've got a string of 5 volts here. And so that is good to go as far as the power. And so what we've got is we've got a 47 UF capacitor here. We've got a 100 UF capacitor. We've got a 1000 UF capacitor, a 100 UF capacitor, 100 volts, and just tucked away right here is a 330 UF capacitor, and then also the two 160 volt capacitors there for the displays, and then also a 15,000 UF capacitor there for the 5 volts. And we've also swapped out all the 0.156 headers here on the board, so this power supply should be good for many years to come. Thank you so much. And here is a board set from a triple strike, so both MPU and driver board. Unfortunately, there for I think a few years or so, Williams had essentially teamed up with AMI, it seems, and populated a lot of their boards with just AMI chips, and that was the case here on this board. So not only the 6808, both 6810s, as well as all 3 of the PIAs here on the driver board were all AMIs. So those have all been pulled from the board, socketed, and reinstalled. Here, there's no use for both 6810s, since what I did is I installed a 6802, which only requires just the one 6810. I forget what IC spot that is, since Williams didn't number the darn spots here on the board. But either way, what we did is we installed both the male and female 40-pin interconnect, re-socketed everything here on the board, so everything that's in a socket is a brand new dual wipe. Aside from the MV RAM, which is a machine pin socket, since I use machine pin headers there. So obviously MV RAM installed, a new power input filter capacitor here. We've also got all new 0.156 headers here on the MPU, as well as the driver board, as well as a new power input filter there for the driver. And then these 3 PIAs have been swapped out and also re-socketed there. This board looks like it came out of a System 7, or had already had the switch mod done. So but I did add a blinking indicator here to the driver board. So let's go ahead and get this thing powered up. And the displays look a little funky, just because there are 6 displays here on the shuffle bowler. Let me turn this overhead light off to get a little bit better view here. And the lamp matrix, only thing it's doing is just a few rows there, and then looks like we have the special solenoid 1, which is for, not actually sure what that controls here in the game, but I do know that is the only solenoid or special solenoid that is used. And since we're running earlier flipper ROMs, we actually press the diagnostics button here on the MPU, and then the coin door button there to get into diagnostics. But cycling through the displays, let that go through just one more time, and we're good to go there. And let's see, next test is going to be lamps. And then moving into solenoid test. Which is really slow. Which is kind of funny. The lamp test that you see there actually blinks quite a bit faster than your typical System 6 board set. And then, like I said, the only solenoid or special solenoid that's used is just special solenoid 1, but we can test all the others here to show that all those are working here. Whenever it goes through and blinks the first time without the switch press, that's actually the CPU sending a signal there through the PIA to trigger that one special solenoid, and then also, like I said, it's switch controlled as well. So, and let's see, the last test here in it's going to be the switch test, sorry. And so we're just going through testing both rows and columns. It looks like 38, trying to twist my fingers here, 39 and 40. I think, yeah, 40 is going to be the last switch in triple strike. Yep, I've actually got it thanks to Chris Hibbler here. Triple strike baller, switch 40. So we are 100% good to go, and I believe if we just cycle through, yeah, we will get a reset there. So there you are. Thank you so much for sending it.